The billionaire mindset of the 15 wealthiest people. It's one thing to set goals. It's another to hear the way or the path from the impactful words of billionaires themselves. Love them, hate them, admire them, or desire to be like them. The traits that set these rare breeds apart should be shared with the masses. Welcome back to our channel, Luxury Grid. In this video, we count down the top 15 billionaires and their most impactful quotes, words of wisdom, do's and don'ts. Number 15, Mark Zuckerberg, $70.7 billion. The 30-year-old self-made co-founder of Facebook and now Meta Platforms is no stranger to risk, which is no coincidence, since he has been a billionaire since the age of 23, making him the youngest self-made billionaire. With minimal scar tissue from business failures, Zuckerberg's zeal to succeed outweighed any potential fears of loss as evidenced by such quotes. Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. Number 14, Francoise Bettencourt Myers, $70.7 billion. The Myers and family own about 33% of L'Oreal stock and has been on the board as a chairwoman since the late 1990s. Myers is a firm believer that one should never waste time, as time is money. She once said, "Value time by putting a price tag on it." Studies have shown that 15 to 20% of people procrastinate and 82% of people don't use a formal time management system. Number 13, Michael Bloomberg, $82 billion. Bloomberg owns about 88% of Bloomberg LP, which is a powerhouse in business, financial data, news, and insight, connecting businesses via financial software and other data-driven products. Bloomberg, a philanthropist at heart, donating to major causes like gun control, environment, and public health. Philanthropy is a large part of his success, as he states, "I've always respected those who tried to change the world for the better, rather than just complain about it." As you climb up the financial ladder, remember that philanthropy is an act of goodwill and a desire to help your fellow human beings. Number 12, Carlos Slim Helu, $86.5 billion. Slim is Mexico's richest man. He and his family control América Móvil, Latin America's biggest mobile telecom firm. A self-made billionaire, Slim is a competitor to the fullest, holding major stocks in several companies in Latin America. In his own words, "Competition makes you better. Always. Always makes you better, even if the competitor wins. After all, competition promotes innovation and creates a better product for consumers. Everyone wins." Number 11, Steve Ballmer, $87.3 billion. Spirited former Microsoft CEO and current owner of the Los Angeles Clippers is all about leadership. His first obligation as a new team owner was to set his team apart by employing the best management team, coaching staff, and players money could buy. He has spared no expense with the $180 million salary cap, making his spending top 10 in the NBA. And the future $2 billion Intuit Dome, the future home of the Clippers. After all, Ballmer himself once said, "Great companies, in the way they work, start with great leaders. Having good leadership implements vision, values, boosts morale, and motivates." Number 10, Sergey Brin, $95 billion. The former president of Alphabet, parent company of Google, and former Stanford graduate is sublime when it comes to science and innovation. With his innovation, his drive is about legacy. In his own words, "Obviously, everyone wants to be successful, but I want to be looked back on as being very innovative, very trusted and ethical, and ultimately making a big difference in the world." And why is legacy important? Some say legacy is fundamental to human existence, and without a sense of working to create legacy, adults lose meaning in their life. Number 9, Larry Ellison, $97 billion. The famed college dropout, founder and chief technical officer of Oracle, amassed a massive fortune through innovation and acquisitions. So much so that most of his growth is through steady purchases of software companies and shares. Larry bought NetSuite for $9.3 billion and joined the Tesla board after purchasing 3 million shares, which afforded him $12 billion in gains. The billionaire even bought an island. It has been reported that when he permanently moved to the Hawaiian island of Lanai, he bought nearly all of it for $300 million. Per Ellison, when people start telling you that you're crazy, you just might be on the most important innovation of your life. Self-belief is the very ability to complete tasks and achieve goals, outside of the doubts and concerns from others. Number 8, Larry Page, $98.7 billion. The co-founder of Google and former CEO of Alphabet, like his famous cohort, Sergey Brin, spends most of his time and energy on science-driven endeavors. With investments in the space exploration company, Planetary Resource, and the flying car startup, Kitty Hawk and Opener, Larry is known for being a very conscientious person and leader. In fact, he once said, "We have a mantra, don't be evil, just to do the best things we know how to do for our users, for our customers, for everyone." So if I think I were known for that, it would be a wonderful thing. Being ethical is key to the framework of our personal lives and everything we do in business. Ethics guides us to tell the truth, keep our promises, and to be a good Samaritan. Number 7, Gautam Adani, $101.1 billion. Adani is known for being an infrastructure, commodities, and energy tycoon, with hopes of becoming the largest producer of green energy and renewable energy products in the world. Adani is ultra successful, primarily due to his willingness to brave the unknown by taking greater than normal risk to do so. In his own words, "Being an entrepreneur is my dream job, as it tests tenacity. I could never take orders from anyone." His very words are indicative of an entrepreneurial mindset, the attitude and approach to thinking that seeks change and is proactive instead of reactive. Number 6, Mukesh Ambani, $104 billion. Ambani, a forward-thinking billionaire, chairs the $74 billion Reliance Industries, which has interests in oil, gas, telecom, petrochemicals, and retail. He has plans to turn this industry giant into a consumer of green energy. It's easy to stay stagnant when you're one of the world's wealthiest people. However, growth is a persistent message from Ambani. He says, "I think that our fundamental belief is that for us, growth is a way of life. We have to grow at all times. Your goals should be to surpass stability and target possibility. Stay hungry." Number 5, Warren Buffett, $109 billion. Warren, aka the Oracle of Omaha, has been about the business of business since he was 11. One of the most successful investors of all time, he bought his first stock at the young age of 11 and filed for taxes just 2 years later. Since then, he has amassed more than 60 companies in the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, and the wealth he has amassed will be donated over his lifetime. In 2010, alongside fellow billionaire Bill Gates, they launched a giving pledge, asking the wealthiest in the world to donate at least half of their wealth to charitable causes. Although giving is his passion, it's how he built his empire that put him in place to be charitable. Warren said, "It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction." Bottom line is, if you hang around 4 successful people, you're bound to be number 5. Number 4, Bill Gates, $123.6 billion. Bill Gates, the former Microsoft board member, spends most of his time with his very charitable Gates Foundation. This does not mean that he doesn't dabble in the investment game, as he has interests in Canadian National Railway, AutoNation, and investments in zero-carbon energy. The billionaire has demonstrated even more zeal for giving than his acclaimed fame: technology. Bill has a welcome perspective on money, as he states, "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its utility is entirely in building an organization and getting the resources out to the poorest people in the world." Number 3, Jeff Bezos, $135.4 billion. Bezos, now the executive chairman of Amazon, due to selling off stock, now owns about 10% of the company, which amounts to about $2 billion. In addition to Amazon, he owns the Washington Post and Blue Origin, an aerospace company with an expertise in rockets. Jeff has a unique ability to adapt to change. It's evident in the way Amazon has navigated the economic challenges presented by competition, recent pandemics, and government oversight. As so eloquently stated by Bezos, what we need to do is always lean into the future. When the world changes around you, and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do, because complaining isn't a strategy. Number 2, Bernard Arnault, $146 billion. If success begets success, then Bernard is the epitome of taking advantage of his roots. His father made a decent fortune in construction, which allowed Bernard to put up $15 million to buy Christian Dior almost 40 years ago. Arnault currently oversees the LVMH empire, which includes some 70 fashion brands like Louis Vuitton, Sephora, and Tiffany & Co. He and his family are even in the hotel business, buying the Belmont Group for $3.2 billion. Bernard Arnault and his brand focus is the true genius in his success. In his own words, money is just a consequence. I always say to my team, don't worry too much about profitability. If you do your job well, the profitability will come. The effort and quality you put into your business will result in desired or unexpected profitability. Number 1. Elon Musk, $215 billion. After receiving $465 million from the Obama administration to build the first Model S, Musk's Tesla brand delivered beyond expectation. Since that financial endorsement in 2009, Tesla has gone on to sell more than 300,000 electric vehicles, outselling the competition by thousands of units. Through Musk's success, he continues to find ways to revolutionize transportation on both Earth and in space. SpaceX is an American spacecraft manufacturer with the primary goal of reducing the cost of space transportation, with the eventual goal of colonizing on Mars. Musk is a primary example of setting your sights by focusing on one goal until successful. In his own words, it's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. In conclusion, we want to thank you for watching our video on the Millionaire Mindset. What do you think of this video? And would you like to see more content like this? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you next time.